And here we are out in Idaho this morning. Sun is out and it's smoky as all get out. The AQI index is about 130, so it's not good breathing if you're an old fart like me. Let's talk about these hydraulic landing gears again and the levelers. Folks are just having a devil of a time understanding what to do or what might be the problem with their hydraulic leveling system. So, we beat this up pretty good, but we'll do it one more time, see if we can make a little more sense. We're looking at the two front landing gear right now. These two front landing gear are connected in tandem with each other. So if this leg leaks right here, it's going to affect the other leg. If it leaks internally, it's going to affect the other leg. So any kind of a leak on one leg on the front landing gear is going to have an effect on the other landing gear. And the hydraulic fluid flow control to both those landing gears is located on the right front landing gear, this hydraulic valve. At the end of this, which you can't see where my finger is pointing, is an Allen head screw, 5/32. This needs to be closed completely counterclockwise, just snug, not reefed down like Godzilla, but snug. If it isn't, it's going to allow hydraulic fluid to seep past this solenoid, and these front landing gear are not going to hold the position of the Alpine. Okay, we're now looking at the right side of my Alpine, and this is the mid leveler. You'll see a set of legs coming in, orange and black. That's extend and retract. And if you notice, you also see orange and black line coming out the other side at the top of this mid leveler leg. These lines right here on the back side run back to this rear leveler, and I'll show you those. And what we're looking at right now is the extend, which is the orange line, and the black line is the return line that is coming from this mid right leveler leg. So the lines are running up inside the frame, you can't see it, inside the coroplast, and then it comes out through this little grommet section and hooks up here. Okay, and this line right here is the return line, and that line feeds back all the way back to the main hydraulics pump manifold system. And one last thing I'll point out, if you're having strange issues such as you're moving your landing gear system and the leveler legs are moving, that should never occur. And if it is occurring, then what that's telling you is that one or more of these electric hydraulic valves, either for the mid and rear leveler legs or the far right one, which is for your hydraulic slide outs, either it's not electrically closing all the way, or it is not manually closed all the way, or it has something internally inside of it, a piece of crap that somehow got into the system, and it's preventing the little poppet valve from fully closing once the power is taken off of this Parker valve. These are controlled electrically with this Parker valve, otherwise known as a simple solenoid, and all it does is it moves the inside portion of this hydraulic valve that you can't see. It's spring-loaded closed, and it electrically moves it open, which then of course allows fluid to flow through the extend and retract lines. Same with the hydraulic valves up here. So Hopefully this will give you a little more insight on how your hydraulic system works, and if you're having problems, what you might need to look at to be able to rectify the problem. And before it gets any hotter, we'll wrap this up, and we sure hope that I've made a little more sense to you. These hydraulic systems, whether it's the Lippert system, which I happen to like just because my Alpine happens to have it, and I've had several other units with Lippert hydraulics. If you have problems with it, hopefully this video will clarify a few things. If you have the new equalizer hydraulic system that's come out on some models on the 2021s, the operation is almost identically the same. You've got a hydraulic pump, you've got a dual polarity solenoid, and you also have Hydac valves, and they operate essentially the same. They are electrically closed, and when power is applied to one or more, they open electrically and allow the hydraulic fluid to flow. So if you've got a creeping landing gear, what would I do? How would I troubleshoot it? How would I fix it? The first thing I'd do is I'd look and make sure I'm not dumping hydraulic fluid on the ground. If I don't see any hydraulic fluid leaking, and if my reservoir hydraulic fluid level appears to be where it's always been, then what I would do is I would cycle the landing gear up and down about 5 times. After about the second or third complete up and down cycle, pause and let that hydraulic motor cool down for about 5 minutes, and then finish the remainder of the cycles. The same is going to apply to the hydraulic slides. In my case, all 3 of my slides are hydraulic, and I have had my bedroom slide twice in 8 years creep out on me about 4 inches during the middle of winter when the temperature was about minus 15 degrees, and all I did was waited till the sun got up and warmed the air temperature up to about 28 or 30 degrees, and then I extended the slides fully and closed them, and then cycled them one more time. That got the air out of the system, and I've had no issues with it. So hopefully the info I'm giving to you will help you understand what to do, where to look, and where to begin. And if you have problems, give me a holler on Facebook or send me something on Instant Messenger. I try to catch those on Instant Messenger, but I'm an old fart and sometimes I miss those. But we'll try to help you out if we can. And if not, you've always got a mobile RV tech or a dealership, and I'm not fond of either for my own personal reasons. They charge too much money, I think. Take care. That's all from Idaho.